Welcome to the Beauty Talk Podcast. I'm ABRYANNA.
And I'm Jazz.
And we're your beauty...
I forgot.
And we're your beauty industry advocates.
Oh, dang.
I know you didn't.
Okay, let's do it again.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Beauty Talk Podcast. I'm ABRYANNA.
And I'm Jazz.
And we're your beauty industry advocates.
All right. So let's get into it.
We're back.
So last time you guys saw us, we talked about AI and robotics and their place in the beauty industry, and just like, are they going to replace people or are they going to have a place in the beauty industry? So if you didn't watch that episode, check it out. Today we're going to be talking about dating as a beauty entrepreneur and just kind of navigating the dating world when you're in this field. And you know, somebody over here
has been married my whole life, like literally my whole life, been with the same man since 15 years old. So I still have something to say, okay? I still have an opinion.
She has a very good opinion.
You know, the professional in the room will probably be Jazz over here.
But this conversation stemmed from her having a conversation and seeing, you know, just other entrepreneurs saying how dating is ugly for beauty entrepreneurs because of the hours we work and all of that, and just all of the conflicts that arise. And she was saying like, I don't know, like maybe, you know, I couldn't see that being an issue. And I'm like, you have been booed up, so you don't know what it's like dating somebody, dating different men or whatever you prefer. And
the man that I have, he just kind of rolled with whatever, you know, we had going on. I mean, we both like, okay, this is working for you. You're making good money. I know what you're doing. It ain't like you out here acting a fool. You know, do you. He just let me do me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like, I understand when B. Simone had said, you know, she can't date a 9-to-5 type man, because it's like, if your mind ain't there, then you don't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
And that is the conflict that arises when you're dating men, and you have to date these men to figure out that this is not a good fit. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't have to experience that because you just naturally had a partner that was very supportive, and you didn't have to deal with the conflict of like dealing or dating somebody who does not have the entrepreneurial mindset. And it is a difference. It's a huge difference. And even if the differences are like in schedules, the differences are in money, the differences are in availability and interest. Like, it's so many things that we gotta get into.
So let's start with availability. Okay. Because even just like, so now, like, you know, as a beauty professional, it's more than just doing the service that you provide. It's doing content, you recording everything, you taking pictures of everything. You probably didn't take pictures before. My husband did say that. He's like, sis, put the phone down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always got that phone, because everything is content, and I really believe that. But
it is.
So like, how do you navigate that with new people too? Because then like, some people don't even want to be on film. You know what I'm saying? They like, don't record me. But it's not like he's trying to be shady. It's just like, he don't prefer to be in front of the camera like that. I mean, how do you navigate that?
Okay, so that's twofold. Like, personally, my boyfriend, he doesn't like to be like, he likes to be in the background. Like, he's not all into social media like that. Like, actually, he utilizes social media, but he's not like being present on social media. Like, his last post was probably from 4 years ago.
Child, 4 years ago?
Yeah, like, he doesn't care about social media like that.
I like that though.
But
that's how you keep your man, okay? You
stay out the way. How you keep your man.
You stay out the way, boo. Okay, I got this.
This is, oh my, y'all, we have so much to unpack here.
Your man, listen, in his phone, his mama and you. That's all he need.
Jesus.
That's all he need. Okay,
so he can't have friends.
He got friends, but I'm just saying, like,
okay. But availability.
I'm your friend.
No, I'm your friend.
We friends.
You're his best friend, okay?
Bestest. Okay,
oh my God. So, availability is really a struggle when you're dating an entrepreneur, especially a new entrepreneur who has not gotten into a place where they can like really be specific with their work hours. You know, when you're starting out, you're taking whoever you can get. You got a lot of long nights, like, you know, me and you have talked about. You're hustling, so like, it's kind of hard for a person who has a 9-to-5, a 10-to-6, whatever. They just have this set schedule. You know, for us, we know what time we're going in, but we don't know what time that we're getting off. You get what I'm saying? So we may go in at 9 or 10, but we may not finish until 10, 11 o'clock at night when we projected to be done at 7 p.m. So, you know, especially someone who doesn't have anything else, they're using their relationship to fill that time. So if they get off at 6 p.m. and you don't leave the shop until 11 p.m., you know what I'm saying? It's 5 hours in between there, and it seems like a lot, but if you're dating a man who is like, they want you to come home and be at home with them at the same time as them. They want you to get in the kitchen and start cooking. You know, they want to start getting ready for the next day, and you're still working. You know, you're still doing lashes, you're still doing hair, you know, you're still doing a set of nails. The schedules automatically, they usually don't work. It's not a good fit. The availability is not, you know, it's not there.
But I mean, I just feel like you just make it work though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm like, I really didn't realize how big of a problem it was, because my man used to be corporate America, and I mean, we just made it work. Like, you know, if I'm at work, then you gonna get the kids on these days. Now, granted, in the beginning stages of entrepreneurship, we didn't have no kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I didn't, you know, all I did was worry about him. But now that it's even more chaotic with us having all these children and all that stuff, it's like we just make it shape. You just pick up it, you know.
But I mean? He also he still has the mindset, even though he was working a corporate job. Does he have the mindset?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's key. If you just gotta, that might be a part of the first date. Like, what are your goals? Like, you know what I mean? Just try to fill them out. Like, what are your goals and aspirations? Because if you want to stay at this job and you want this certain schedule, you want this, and that, and this structure, that's probably, I'm not gonna be able to go with that. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna be my life, because this is what I do and this is how my life is, and it's more, you know, all over the place. Especially right now, I'm growing, you know.
Yeah.
Once you get a little more comfortable and, you know, get more to your career, then you can just, you know, flex a little bit. But that's hard though.
But that too, I feel like, even with what you're saying as far as like the kids and the schedule and stuff like that, oftentimes, and I can say from my experience and from other people that I know, if you're dating somebody and you guys don't have kids together, like, you don't have those fillers. You know what I'm saying? So like the relationship is just based around you too. And personally, like, so in my past, I dated somebody who we actually lived together, and he was on a schedule to where he would be off at like 6 or 7 p.m. and then I would not be off until 9, 10 o'clock at night, or, you know, shit happens. It just whenever I would get there, you know. And that means that now, because I'm still responsible, you know what I'm saying, for cooking, you know, it's like now we're not eating till 10 p.m. at night, you know what I'm saying? Like, that it just didn't work. It didn't work, you know. We made it work, but you got to think from a perspective of people who are like not that far in, like they're invested. A lot of them don't make it that far because you know what I'm saying, the availability, even with as far as dating. And I don't think people, especially men, understand, because let's face it, men look at us like, you know, they expect us to be available for them. Okay, that's the nicest way to put it. They expect us to be available for them. So when you're like, okay, you work the weekends, because in our field you have to work the weekends. You're working late nights, you know what I'm saying? Like, it does not carve out a lot of space for them, you know? So,
and especially if you're successful and you're, you know, people are booking you out and you working, it's like, what you want me to do?
And that's the thing, is like, if you're successful or if you're trying to grow, you know. And that too, I think, is an important shift that doesn't get talked about, and how some relationships come to an end, because in the beginning, when they have more time, you know what I'm saying, I could lay up with you all day, I could be with you all day, we can go on dates whenever, you know, because you're growing a clientele and you don't really have nobody that you have to service. Then you get them people and it's like, now I'm not really available for you, you know, in the ways that I am. And I don't think anybody wants to feel alone in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it usually.
But that's why I say, like, you got to discuss your common goals, or like, are you guys on the same page of growth as your relationship, as for your careers, as far as your life? Because if you're not on the same page, then we ain't working towards nothing. We ain't working towards nothing. You are and I am. Right. And then it's like, if we are growing in different directions, then it ain't gonna work.
I agree.
But that would be frustration. I mean, I definitely have had people tell me about, like, their mate saying, like, you know, you don't make time for me, and it's like, baby, what are you talking about? Like, how?
Because that's the thing too, like, at the end of the day, like, unless you're working for Great Clips, you know what I'm saying, or somebody where you're just an employee, not only are you servicing clients, but you, like you said, you're always constantly making content, you're running your business or whatever it is that you need, being in charge of your suite, whatever it is, everything, marketing, advertising, you are responsible for this. So like, you're working non-stop, you know, so it's hard to squeeze in space to be in a relationship, and then that person does start to feel like you're not making time for me.
Yeah.
And it's hard for you to make time for them because you have to be in control of so much stuff in order for you to, you know,
what about
be
this is like
successful.
sideways. What about, so have you ever serviced men?
Yes, in the very beginning.
Like what, braids and stuff, or what was you doing?
Dreads.
Oh, okay. Ooh, baby.
And it was dreadful.
good, dreadful. They're locks now, baby. They're locks
I'm sorry,
now. Get yourself
locks.
together. Get your,
But no, I feel like some people still got dreads.
some people, because my husband he has locks, but he is fine with calling them dreads. Like they're
No, I'm
just what
saying
they
some
are.
people look like the way
they
they
got
carry
dread. You're
themselves.
right.
We're not gonna call these locks.
That's what they are.
It's dreadful.
You're right. But
It is what it is.
That's the thing too. Like my husband in particular, I know he would have let it go, like let it be, but he definitely would not have been comfortable with me doing men.
I don't know. I didn't.
It's different than them sitting between your legs like back in the days, you know what I'm saying, at the house. But it's still like you leaning over the shampoo,
Right.
You smelling good, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like you still a woman and he's still a man, and you know, and honey,
I
when
didn't
tell
know enough
you-
men to personally experience any, you know, problems with that when I did do them, but I have heard of other people like it's hard for them to be in a relationship because men are insecure about their interactions with men, like so many men. So yeah, that negatively affects the dating pool. Because
absolutely.
What if you're a barber? What if you're you know?
There's plenty of like barbers that, you know, they like men, they're heterosexual, but they just we're here to do work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not interested in you. I'm interested in doing your hair or whatever.
And then I too feel like it's not always necessarily the woman themselves, but just like men knowing other men. You know how men are. You know that
that's
you're
what
dating
it
somebody
is.
that's attractive,
Yes.
and y'all are spending, you know, hour, 3 hours, however long this service is together on a consistent basis.
You know, you took them at 7 p.m. and you supposed to be home with me at 7 p.m.
Exactly.
And now
but
you
you
there with
this
them at
nigga.
the shop. And it's like this.
And it's like I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I'm working, but the man is not seeing it that way. So like that's a insecurity that the men deal with. You know, like,
or even vice versa. If you know, because there's men that do women's hair. There's women. Let me tell y'all this. So one time, one of the people I used to work for, or no, I worked with, he's a stylist. He told this story at the salon. He said this woman came in there with no panties on, and deliberately opened up her legs so he could see that she didn't have no panties on, because she was trying to, you know what I'm saying, she was trying to throw that hook so he could see. And he was married. But he's married. He's been married his whole career.
So these are things that you have to deal with, and that's why these men are, I guess, in that situation, a woman would be, you know, insecure about the interactions that are going on.
Yes.
And it's not because of him. She's deliberately like, you just
came over here with no panties on.
Oh,
girl, product distributors, okay, they even go through it.
Yes, they do. They definitely do.
Because you know, like, you'll be like, oh, bring it by my house. No.
They
don't need to bring you no product to your house. You bring it to the salon where you work at, or you're not bringing it.
Because this is a professional relationship. But you know, too, like, I think that's the problem, like, when you're dealing with the opposite sex and, you know, rendering services, that sometimes even when you're trying to be professional, the other person is not, and then that poses a problem, you know? And so it kind of gets a little.
But why can't we just let it be at work? Now, if things act organically, but you know, y'all come together organically, that's different.
What, two single people? Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But if I let you know, stop it.
I'm married. I'm in a relationship. My man. And you came in here with no panties on. That's wild.
And opened your legs. So it's like I would be like what? If you came home and told me that,
I would probably go smack her. I'm not even.
I know you know her. I know you know what side of town she lives on. Let's start there.
No,
because
wait a minute,
Nancy Drew over here. You better ask about me, baby. I'll find your home. Okay.
Okay.
You don't open your legs for my.
Like, that is so disrespectful.
First of all,
and it's so like, you should be embarrassed. you should be ashamed.
And
of
he didn't even go.
Like this.
So you did all that.
Exactly. Put your panties on.
Put your drawers on.
Put your damn panties on.
But I can understand. That's what I'm saying. I could definitely understand that. point of view on both sides. Like I would definitely be, and I'm not insecure at all. You know what I'm saying? That's a word too. Like insecure and jealous. I would say, yeah, I'm jealous. Baby, he's mine. What do you mean?
Jesus.
Don't look at my man, honey. They laughed about me at the shop because somebody was like, well, if his shoes is untied, do you want me? Don't tell him. I got him. I would tell him his shoes. Let him fall, okay?
Not let him fall.
Don't worry about my man.
Let him fall.
You let that man fall. I will tell him his shoes untied.
So you telling me if he walking down the street and a woman see his shoes untied, you and him walking together, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all walking down the street together. You ain't notice his shoes is untied. She see his shoes is untied, and she like, hey, excuse me, sir, your shoes
I got
is
it, ma'am.
The hell? She said, I got it.
I will tell my man to tie his shoes. You do not have to stop it. Why are you even looking that close?
So when people walk past, you don't look at them.
She was shaking them. She was shaking them from head to toe. Yeah, you was shaking for my man.
Not that. So now what happened?
Don't let him fall, baby. Let that man fall. I got him. He can fall on me.
So besides crazy over here, clearly,
I understand all of y'all. Okay, don't be feeling bad if you feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's my man and I love my man.
We're gonna link her YouTube channel, and she's gonna have a whole
don't feel bad.
My man video for y'all, and all of y'all that agree with her. Y'all can have a party over there. Okay, listen.
You're not crazy.
She gonna give you these scenarios, and y'all can just be like, okay, what would you do? And we know what she gonna do.
Period.
But so
another point.
The thing is though, with availability, now I will say, I'm not saying no names, but that particular person I was dating at that time, he was already crazy, but specific to my schedule and my time to be available. Like, okay, so you know how sometimes you think, okay, my last one come at 4, I should be done by 8, whatever the case, depending on what they're getting done, and then just shit happens, just anything.
She asked for a rinse, I said, go ahead.
Happen. And so then you end up off at 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So now that's a problem, because now in their mind, or in his mind, he would be like, okay, well, you told me you was getting off at 8. So now it's like, oh, you're lying. You're not at work.
You chose that over me.
No.
You could have said no.
It turned to a whole nother thing. Because sometimes their hair is just thick and it takes longer. Sometimes, it just, things happen. So now they're perceiving it as you're lying. You're not at work. You know what I'm saying? It's 10 o'clock at night. These are your home hours. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can't believe that because they work this schedule where it's like, when I get off, I get off. Whatever time I said I'm going to be off, that's the time that I'm going to be off. Mm-hmm. So when things don't go according to plan, or like the time that you said you would be off, now it's like, oh, this motherfucker cheating for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 10 o'clock at night. They ain't came home. Meanwhile, you in the salon slaving, trying to get home. You're trying to get back to your person, but they're seeing it as, nah, she been off. She been off.
But see, that's where y'all should be together no way, because, yeah, you acting crazy.
I mean, you act crazy.
See, I'm different, though, because...
You act crazy. But you just said you can understand.
I'm a crazy. No, not that one. Not that. I'm a crazy individual with somebody that treats me amazingly and that actually respects me and you know what I'm saying. Trust me. I trust him. I don't trust them.
I'm telling you, the men, because see, this is the thing. In your limited experiences, you're dealing with your man who has been supportive and been there for you, whereas we who have dated as beauty entrepreneurs have experienced this, where it's like, first of all, the trust is not even really there yet. You know what I'm saying? This is not time has been built in. It's, she said she was going to be off at 8. She ain't answering this phone. Or she's shampooing still for the 50th time, so I can't answer my phone. So it's like, now she didn't get out when she said she was. She said she's gonna be done. What's she doing? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She ain't at work still.
That's a hard life to live.
And then people, I know you know this, people who do not perform beauty services do not understand the time that it takes. It's always minimalized to them. You know, it's like, oh, you just doing this. Oh, you just doing an
I can't.
Oh, you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you just did a classic feel. They don't understand. You know what I'm saying? That with different people. It takes more time. Everybody is not a boom, 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 boom.
Even just working in a salon, in an open salon, right? Let's say you got to share bowls. Yep. If you don't have a bowl available, like things like that can just push your time back. So it's like it's hard to keep time. It really is.
It really is.
It really is.
So that's always
crazy though. That's a whole nother level of crazy. Like, but then it's also like, you ain't never had a woman like me.
Levels of crazy. I think we should believe her though.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm crazy, and it's like I know for not that I know for a fact, but I have full confidence that my man is not, you know what I mean, out here acting a fool on me. It's me. I am crazy. I am, you know, proud to say that I'm crazy. I know that it's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not creating delusions. You know what I'm saying?
But again, this is why we're out here dating men who probably don't date other beauty entrepreneurs,
so
who have not had this experience. They're used to dealing with women who are available when they say they will be. They get off at this time. They got to get their kids. Like,
so do you feel like that so wait, so you know how like they say that men are intimidated by women? Do you feel like he was intimidated by you, or
I'm
that, or
with
your
that
success?
Too.
So that's something different though, because
I
feel like
different.
I don't feel like I said, my limited experience, I haven't ever experienced, you know, my man being intimidated by me. He's my man. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I want him to feel like strong and all those things, but I'm not about to dumb myself down for you to feel that way.
Right.
But so how do you distinguish between this person is like acting intimidated, or they're actually have a problem? Like, it's like, okay, I can actually work on this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, the separation comes in when you think of, okay, as far as like being jealous and or being intimidated, that is completely different than you believing that I'm not where I say I am, because you're not used to dealing with somebody who works a schedule like this. And I like to say that people in the beauty field, we're like drug dealers. We work all day, we work all night. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're always in what would be considered the beauty streets. Let's just call them that. We're in the beauty streets. And so there's no schedule to this. So I can see where they may feel like, okay, there may be infidelity or other things going on. That's completely different than being intimidated.
Yeah.
And I feel like the intimidation, what I've personally experienced, usually comes in when they realize all of the money that comes with it. That's two different things. I've experienced it all.
Dang. Okay, so let's break this down.
Okay.
So I'm over here excited. So, because that's another thing too. Like, I am happy that I'm in a relationship that, like, he's not, first of all, it's our money because we're married. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We are married. We are not what y'all talking about with this common law stuff and y'all faking it. Don't be faking it, because then when it get to time, don't be doing that, baby. When we was single. We did not have shared bank accounts when we were single. Now, granted, me and my husband been acting like we've been married since we was 15. You know, kind of. We kind of just like got into it and was like, you it, I'm it. We together.
Done.
We together forever. But aside from that, I be getting distracted. But anyways, I really want to hear about that part, because my man's not like that. He's not like that at all. It's us against the world, and that's it. However we get it, we gonna get it together. You get it, I get it, whatever. It's our money. So how is that? Because you will never make me feel a way about being successful, like about being great at what I do. It's like you're diminishing me. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like, dang, like, I did great. I went and got all this money. Like, I'm proud of this. And now you're over acting like I'm supposed to be.
But it's not his.
I know. Well, yeah. But you should still be happy for me.
Okay. Let me say this. Again, because you've had a positive. Do we gotta stop?
4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Because you've had a positive experience, you're dealing with a secure man. Let's be real. And I know you don't know because you ain't had to deal and date with them, but a lot of men are not secure with themselves. And men, which I'm sure we can ask any man, they are determined by, like, their value is determined by their money, their wealth, like the women that they date. Like, these are the things that they are judged by other men for to determine their value. So having a woman that makes more money than you, like, you have to be really secure with yourself as a man to say that I still am worthy, I still have value, I still have importance, and that I am not valued by my money. And a lot of men are not in that space. So when they deal with these women who are making way more money than them, you know what I'm saying, it makes them feel less of a man because they've placed their value attached to money. So now they start to breed resentment and jealousy towards this woman because this woman has something that they do not have. And that's only one factor of it.
Yeah.
That's literally only one factor of it.
I mean, how do you, because that sucks, because, like, you know, like, probably, you know, most men, you know, beauty professionals, they probably don't go through that because, you know, they getting this money, they getting it, you know, whatever. It's just the opposite. But it's like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to, I mean, would you rather me be begging you for money?
My solution is to date men with more money than you. So
yeah, but
females put that on guys. I hate to interrupt. I feel like women put that on men. They place the value in men based on how much money they make.
I feel like men and women put it on men.
Yeah, I think
When you talk
it's
to a man,
well-rounded.
when you talk to a man, what's the first thing they usually ask each other? What do? They want to know how much money you make.
And you know what's funny? You don't do that. You be saying that.
So, yeah, I don't know.
He don't, because he doesn't do that. He says they always somebody that's in your business. I know, but see, we think of that. We think of that as you in my business. You in my business. Like that's what I feel like. That's your personal.
On social media though, if you not paying the girls' bills on the first date,
that's why I said it was only one factor of it. We didn't even get to the rest of it.
It's a deep thing because it's crazy. Because like that is crazy that you really it's that one little level. So then you got the pressure of the women.
I'm just with this.
I mean, we just gonna start it back up, but we got the pressure of the women.
Yes,
that be like, you gotta floss me out. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? First date, you better pick me up in the Mozzie. You know what I'm saying? I want you to have roses. I want you to have 1,000 roses in the car. I want you to take me. We were talking about that. I want you to take me to Ruth Chris or whatever. I'm ordering the whole menu, and then still be like, I mean, it's like you feed these people's ego on a whole nother level, and then you want them to bring it back down to then think of you as. I mean,
it's hard though because a lot of successful women in the beauty industry make so much money that some of them are okay. Let me say this: some women are legitimately. Why did that not come out right? But they really can do this for themselves. Mm-hmm. Like the things that they're requiring of a man, they can do for themselves. So they do expect that, and that just is their standard. And I don't feel like anything is wrong with that. But then we have these women who cannot do this for themselves. You don't feed yourself, Ruth Chris. You don't even eat at sit down restaurants at all, but yet you'll expect for this man to do this for you. Mm-hmm. So women that are like that, I don't even want to speak to them. I'm speaking to us beauty entrepreneurs who have money that can do this for ourselves, and we expect this from the men that we date because why would we settle for anything less than what we could give ourselves? Mm-hmm. You know, so I feel like that definitely plays a factor because it's easy for in our industry to reach 6 figures. Most people, not even just men, most people don't make that amount of money. Yeah. So now a man can easily start to feel, and I'm not saying he's right or wrong in feeling this, but he can easily start to feel like he doesn't have a place. He can't do anything for you. He cannot, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is he doing here? Mm-hmm. So how he handles those emotions though, I've personally seen it turn into resentment. I've seen it turn into jealousy instead of, maybe moving around and dating somebody else or somewhere where they feel more secure, like this is within their financial level. Now they just take that anger out on you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And because they feel less than, and it's like you're like, I'm just going to work. I'm going to get my money. I'm being successful. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they're not perceiving it that way.
Yeah. Nobody doing nothing to you. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're gonna stop right there because we need to go ahead and restart, right?
Yeah, that was a good point though.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
you're not speaking to the women that's like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good
point. Nah, because baby, you out here like you're unrealistic as fuck.
And that's where it's like the men are just, they have to be able to distinguish too. Like you said, go somewhere where you're more, you feel more whatever you gotta feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like whatever you need to do to make yourself feel comfortable and secure in your relationship, like I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. I feel like the problem is when you don't know how to handle those emotions and now you're handling them negatively and this person technically hasn't done anything to you. They're just reaching success in their career. Why would that's not fair for them to experience.
Yeah. Be
jealousy from somebody that they are in love with because you're dealing with your own personal issues.
Yeah.
Like that's fucked up.
That's the worst.
We're past 29 minutes. Are y'all able to see the red light?
No, it's not recording.
It's not recording?
It's not. It's the red light's not on.
It is for me.
Oh, it is? Oh, then it is recording.
But there's a red light that y'all see too?
I don't know if we see the red light at all. Actually.
I don't remember.
I
I ordered pizza. I need to go get it, but I don't want to.
Did you start it over?
Nah, I mean, it's still recording. I mean, I should stop it now since we're not.
Stop it. But... Okay, so where should we come back? Okay, so what's another one? What's another thing that is a dilemma in the dating world of being a boss?
The money is the biggest thing.
The money is the biggest thing.
The money is the money and the, I feel like the money and the work hours are two of the biggest things that usually cause
I can see
an issue when it comes to dating a beauty entrepreneur.
I could see somebody being upset because, like, imagine, like, so, like, let's just say about, like, you in the city. Somebody recognizes you in the city. Like, you have fans, right? You just have, you know, that's just, it is what it is. So it's like somebody recognizes you in the city, like, you getting a lot of, like, recognition around the city, and you're with him, and nobody's, like, you know, shooting at him or whatever. Like, would they, have you ever experienced that?
I have dealt with that before, but the problem was more so with that man specifically because he just needed a lot of attention. Like, he was an attention whore.
Yeah.
So to be with somebody who was getting more attention than him when he was used to getting all the attention, like, he didn't do well with that. Like, he just kind of wanted somebody to be like a compliment to him, just somebody that could, you know, come along, be on the sidelines, look cute. But now, instead of people like, oh, what's up, so and so and so, they're like, hey, Jazz,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? They excited to see me and not him, and now he feels some type of way.
But it's like, why can't y'all just be happy for each other? Like, I would not be like, as long as
But
you don't cross that
again,
line.
you are also thinking from a perspective of love. Think
Yeah.
from it from a perspective of you newly dating somebody
Yeah.
before
And
there's
it's a whole
emotions
different
and kids and, you know,
Experience, yeah, for sure. For
exactly
sure. You're like, what is
involved. So
going
it's
on?
like, no, we don't have the
I
things
would be
to
in
hold us
shambles.
together.
I would be in shambles in the dating world. Like, I say that all the time because no. And then the idea that you have to keep up, because that's another thing too. Like, you know, we go to work, we be looking crazy most of the time, or we just look like, you know, regular, and then we step out. But it's like when you're dating, you gotta keep it cute. You gotta keep it sexy. You want to go home and, you know, or you want to go to your man and be a whole different. How do you have the energy?
Well, you know, it's a lifestyle for me personally.
Yeah,
so,
you different, child, baby.
I
These
just
lashes
like,
coming off.
Listen, it's a lifestyle for me personally. So, but I don't know what a woman needs to do to make sure that she keep herself together for her man, but she better figure it out. That's what I know. I don't believe in any excuses when it comes to that. You need to keep your nails done, you need to keep your toes done, you need to keep yourself looking.
See, those things
good.
are like a part of, to me, it's a part of your hygiene. So it's kind of different. Like, my extras are like makeup. Like, I don't wear makeup every day. So I keep my nails done. I go back and forth between lashes, things like that. But it's like I'm presentable, but I'm not like done up. So, but my thing is, if you were dating, and that's because I'm comfortable with my man.
Right.
But it's like, if you were in the dating world, I would feel like you would want your man to see you at your, you know, best for most of the time.
Yeah,
for a while.
you're dating, and then if y'all progress past that, he gonna see the real. Like,
yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to see. But like, I say this, even with my man now, and we've been together for years, baby, I don't care. You're not gonna see these braids underneath my wig. I don't care. I'm gonna put my scarf on. I'm gonna tie my hair up. Like, you're not gonna see these braids.
Do you
underneath
feel
the
like
wig.
that'll change though? Like, if y'all had kids, like, you think that
No,
would end up
because
changing? You would
personally,
keep
I'm
that
not-
for you. It's not negotiable.
You don't need to. What do you need to see my ugly Baby Johnsons for?
Hey, I feel you on that.
Like,
but
what do you need to? Like, I'm a woman, and I'm not gonna be sitting here looking like a grown ass incarcerated man. Like, no.
I feel you, but
Like,
I
ain't nothing sexy
definitely-
about my braids to the back. And I'm not even saying you got to be sexy all the time, but like, there's nothing feminine about my braids to the back.
And you don't want to.
Put my wig
That's not
on.
what you want your man seeing. That's just
No.
that. Yeah, I feel you on that, but baby,
Let him
my
tell
unit-
me I don't pass gas. I don't do none of that.
Facts.
Like,
I'm a woman. I'm a lady.
Exactly.
I am a lady. Okay.
Listen.
I don't like that. I'll be like, I won't ever be that. I've been with this man half my life. You won't ever.
Never.
Don't talk to me while I'm in the restroom. I don't even use the restroom.
Listen.
What are you talking about?
What bathroom? Like, what?
What are you talking about?
Not at all. So I feel like you definitely have to, in the dating stages, you should definitely be that. But I'm not going to bed with makeup on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of that. But like, them braids, that is where the line gets drawn. Like, baby, I'm not walking around with these braids to the back. I'm just not.
It would be hard for me to be a new entrepreneur and try to keep my man. Like, it would be hard. Like, or that type, or like I said, my man's different. but he really is. But
let's be real. Let's talk about the fact of, do you feel like if you are a new entrepreneur and you know the grind and you know the hustle that's going to take to get to where you're going, should you be dating?
I don't think so. I think you should focus on your career. And I hate to say that because I know a lot of people do that and they be like, oh, you know, all these years and I'm by myself. But it's like, you can't, like, for instance, like right now I'm in the phase where, you know, I have a new baby. I have an infant, right? I'm not able to give, you know, 100% of myself to outside of, you know, my household. because I have a new, you know, my concerns are different. My family is my priority. So it's like, when you're trying to grow your business, you have to get your priorities in order, and you have to say, you know, you a boyfriend, I don't know if you're going to be here, or you a date, I don't know if you're going to be here for the long run, but I know I want to make this career, you know, have longevity in my career, so I'm going to focus on that.
I don't feel like if you know that you are about to be in a serious building phase, and you're not already in a relationship that's established, then I don't think that dating, I mean, unless I wouldn't be dating intentionally, I would be dating for fun. Let me say that. If I could go back, I would definitely have dated for fun instead of dating intentionally. You know, especially at that age, I was young. I was like 18, 19, 20. I didn't need to be in a serious relationship anyways, and I definitely didn't need to be in a serious relationship while I was trying to put all of my energy into building my career.
And with a nutcase.
Exactly. Like, that didn't help it at all.
Yeah, I've been with, like I said, the same man since 15, and I haven't experienced any of that. Like, any of that crazy, any of him. Like I said, it probably would have came about if I was doing men's hair or always around men or something like that. But even that, he would have been like, I know ABRYANNA, so I know what she's doing or whatever. But
every man does not feel that way, and it's not even like even the men interactions. It's just, it could just be you being at work. All the amount of time that's spent away from work is time spent away from them.
Child.
Yes.
That's annoying.
It's a lot. But I feel like if you are in the beauty field and you're an entrepreneur, you honestly are probably going to have the most success dating another entrepreneur, unless again you're with somebody who's already established or that is supportive of what you're doing or what you're trying to do. I think if you have somebody like that you can have a lot of success. Not to say that it won't work with somebody who's in a 9-to-5, but I feel like it has to be a very specific person who was really on board and supports you and is here for you and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to build. They're secure with themselves, because baby, anything less than that no.
So then my next thing is you've came, so I don't know, you said you've been with your man for a couple of years, but you've had success. You were successful before you met your current. So how is it, like, that part? So, like, speaking to the audience that is like, I made it, I'm already there, and now I'm trying to find a mate and I can't because things are falling, or the money situation is popping up, or the time situation is popping up. Even though now you have more flexibility with your time and things, you still devote a certain amount of time to your career and outside life or whatever. So how do you navigate that now that once you got to the point where you've been working so hard to get to, you're still trying to now start anew and find love or whatever? Like, how does that work?
I'm gonna say two things. One would be, it's definitely possible. So let's just be clear. Like, it's definitely possible, but you have to also, I'm gonna just continue to say it's still the man. Like, I do feel like entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs, because like my man now is an entrepreneur, so he understands my work schedule. He understands what it takes for me to keep my business running. He understands all the time I have to put in, because he has to do that for himself. So those things are not even an issue. It's not even things that have to be talked about. We have like what we call like Sundays, that's our day. Like, every once in a while, because life happens, like running a business, it's like, okay, we gotta work on Sundays. But it's like, I don't care if you work 24 hours a day for 6 days of this week. When it comes to Sunday, this is our day. We have time that's intentionally carved out. Because we both work late, we both okay with eating at 10 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just works.
You adjust your lives together,
because we both are like we are both entrepreneurs, so we're like very, very business minded, and we're driven in our actions, so like it aligns. But so I think that's most important, is finding somebody that works for y'all, like, and making it work. But I also feel like too, women have to understand that, like, maybe there are some things that you're probably going to have to settle on, because again, people in general, there's not that percentage of men that's going to be available to you that's going to we're in a beauty industry that is $1 billion. If you have a great business, if you build a clientele, if you built this big brand, you have the ability to be making ungodly amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? The man that you meet he may make good money, but he may not have what you have, and you have to be okay with, like, okay, I make $500,000 a year, he makes $200,000 a year, but he still makes good money, so I can date him. Don't eliminate options because they don't have what you have. You know what I'm saying? So like, you have to still be open to dating men you know, realistically.
And this is the thing. So like, if you actually go to statistics, I literally looked it up. I don't remember what I was looking it up for, but I think me and my husband was like having a debate because we do that all the time. But
Not having a debate.
like
debate
you said,
club.
I love it. Like I'm like, what? No, what? Let me hold on, because what? Because majority of people say no, but I feel like we looked up what the average income of like we looked up black men and women.
Okay.
And I want to say men, the average income a year was like 40,000 at the top.
Okay.
And then women were like 28 to 30.
Right.
So you just said 200,000, right?
I was just throwing million numbers.
But right? You know what I'm saying? Once you get to the point, you know how the life, you know how the world is now. You know you got to be money, and it's like your average person does not make that amount of money. And guess what? Your average person isn't even probably doing the amount of work to make the 200 or have done the things to do, you know, sacrifices and all those things to make that $200,000. So it's like
you need to be realistic.
Yes.
Like you have to be realistic. Don't get to this point. And I'm not saying lower your standards, and I'm not saying that you don't deserve to have the things that you desire. I'm not saying that, but you have to be realistic
and
when you are
what
dating.
value it matters to you, and what value in what.
And if you're capable of building a you know, $1 million beauty business or whatever, obviously you have skills, you have the mindset, you have the resources to build something. So y'all can come together on this instead of you just continuing to do this alone. He can easily become a part of, you know, what you have going on. Like at the end of the day, let's be realistic. Everybody is not about to get. Like everybody is not about to get.
Every hairstylist is not gonna be $1 million hairstyle or make this, you know, amount of money.
Exactly.
You're blessed to be in this position to have did all this work. And now it's showing, you know, showing the results, basically, right? So you got this predicament. This doesn't happen to every single stylist.
Right.
So then it's like, for you to then be like, my man has to be this. That's 1 in a million. You might not find that man.
Exactly.
Or you don't get that man.
And so you're going to be single. If you're basing it off of your success. And again, I'm not saying lower your standards. I'm not saying deal with a bum. I'm not saying build a man. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that at all. But you cannot think just statistically that you will be able to have, like, it's only so many of them, you know what I'm saying? So like now you're disqualifying good, perfectly good men that will be supportive, that will be all
hardworking,
you know. Exactly.
You know, they make money. We ain't saying, like I said, don't date a bum. We ain't saying that
you get successful with your beauty business and now you think you're on Drake radar.
Yes.
Like, come on now. Like, let's be realistic. Like,
stop it.
So I think you just still have to be, okay, once you've reached it and you say, I have time now to date and I would like to be intentional with dating, I would like a partner, just be realistic with the dating.
What you're looking
and,
for.
You know, realize, because that beauty business can crumble.
Yes.
It can crumble. Nothing is forever.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're having a lot of success now. You may lose all your clientele. The market may shift in a way that you weren't ready to pivot to. Like, anything can happen. So you want to more so date, not just for money. I hate when that's a whole nother thing, but I hate when people just date for money, because like there are a lot of men that have a lot of money that are absolutely terrible.
Yes.
Like,
no
they are
value,
absolutely
except
terrible
for that dollar.
Exactly. So you just need to be still intentional and look more to the man himself. You know what I'm saying? Or let me stop saying man, because I know
you can date whatever,
whoever. But look into that person themselves as a whole versus just like, oh, I'm this big beauty boss now, so you know.
Yeah.
You gotta be this.
And don't even put that out there, because it's like you said, things could change. You done put all this persona out there, and now don't nobody even want you because they think you only about money.
Exactly.
Or that's all that matters to them. Like he said, you put that value of money in this person, and if you don't reach this number, right? And it's like,
now you ain't shit, or now he ain't shit, or now she ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it's like, so sometimes they make it hard for themselves. Like we make it hard for ourselves.
Definitely.
To date. Definitely. Because these standards is, you know, unrealistic.
They are very unrealistic. Like, that's a whole, like, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, I think once you reach that, I think once you get to a place of whatever it is that you were wanting to build, rather that be a beauty empire or just like a solid clientele, you know, I think once you get past the growing stage, if you're not already in a relationship, that, you know, now you're ready to date, that you just be realistic, be intentional, ask these questions up front, see how that person feels about dealing with somebody who, you know, works and has to put this much time into work. You know what I'm saying? The hours.
Yeah, it's more or less like the job description. Like, this is
Are you
what
okay with this?
Yes. Are you okay with this job description? Are you okay with this job description? If it's a yes and a yes, okay, we can, move forward. We could try to,
Be
whatever.
transparent,
Yes. But just be a good person. How about that? Be a good person. But then, all those other things, and grow with people too, because then, you could go shoot up, in a year, and then that person might still be, on their job. People don't get, $300,000 raises.
Hell no.
Like as an entrepreneur, you could. You know what I'm saying? One day, January, you could be making $0. December, you could be making $300,000.
That's very, very true.
That's not in the,
that's not normal
corporate America. That's not normal. Yeah,
but
that's what
it is
like.
something that is very obtainable in our industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, dating beauty entrepreneurs specifically, because we do have that opportunity to grow so quickly, and like have so much success in our field. But you got to remember, like, that's not everybody else's experience, and you can't even, I don't even know. I literally tell my boyfriend this. I'm like, oh, Lord, barbers are the broke ones of the industry.
Why?
Sorry. You don't think that the barbers are the broke ones? Think of everybody in the beauty industry. Who is the brokest ones?
I feel, barbers are, but they're coming up because, baby, I've been hearing about some $85, $90 haircuts and stuff.
Yes, they are definitely coming up.
Because remember I told you about the AI thing, like they follow that chart, and it's like, I'm just getting you ain't about to charge me, it's supposed to be $20.
Right. No. But I say that to say that even if you were to go and date a barber in your industry, this beauty industry that's $1 billion industry as a whole, if you were to go date a barber in this industry, he still may not have the success that you had.
Yeah.
So like now we're widening our net that's way past this industry, and it's like y'all gotta be realistic.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he still has value. He still can deal with your hours. He still can, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Roll with the punches.
Exactly.
Of making money up here and then not making it down here or whatever.
Exactly. But so, you definitely, like I said again, and I'll say again, that man need to be secure with himself. He has to be secure with himself, because unfortunately the money can be an issue with an insecure man. That's it, what it is.
Woo, honey. So, sum it up, baby. The dating world is spicy, okay?
It is very spicy.
The pool got pee in it. We know. We hear about it. But there are ways that you can help yourself, is what we're trying to get at. You can help yourself and navigate it in a different way, and think about how you're thinking of things, and think about both sides of the fence before you get the, chopping people off the chopping block, or just dating anybody too. Have a little bit of standard for yourself.
You definitely still need to have a standard for yourself.
But also have, understanding that our industry, we are definitely very blessed in this industry to be able to, get what we want.
When we want it
and how we want it. If you put in that work, you can get whatever you want. Sky's the limit.
It is
so
true.
Understand that's not for everybody, and everybody doesn't have those opportunities.
Right.
But there is love out there.
There is definitely
for beauty professionals.
Love out there for beauty professionals, as long as they date intentionally and realistically,
or just date.
What do you mean, just date?
Like, just hang out, like you said. Like, just go on dates.
If you ain't dating,
if you in a growth stage and just be in the streets, just you want to take me out to dinner? Okay, thank you.
Right. And that's
my schedule. Can you come get me at this time? We going in the middle of the night, and no, you ain't taking me to Steak and Shake.
Not in the middle of the night. But for real though, like they gotta be, they
flexible.
gotta. And then too, like I think once you get like more into like, okay, we're getting serious, you kind of get into like, also, well, once I get to where I want to be at, you're going to have a different schedule. Exactly. It's just like that beginning stage can be kind of rough, and that's why I'm like, if you build and you grind it, I would not date seriously during that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I just wouldn't, because
well, I did, but
I mean, you had that support.
I was already, and it was already built before.
If you dating in 2023 with these men, baby, okay, let me tell you that, and you are a woman or somebody in the industry that has success, you better be prepared, because everybody is not going to be happy. They're not all going to be happy for you.
Yeah.
They can't deal with the attention. They can't deal with the income difference. They can't deal with the hours. They can't deal with, it's a lot. It's a lot. So you have to make sure that the person you're dating is on board for this.
Yes.
Like, for real. Or is you going to be in these are you gonna be in these entrepreneurial streets with me? Even if you're not an entrepreneur yourself, can you support me? Because I think that was another thing too. Like, if you have somebody who's on board with you, okay, I got off at 5 o'clock. You might not get off till 10, but in this 5 hours, I'm about to do something to help this grow, because we're on the same page. We're working together. We're a team. You know what I'm saying? How can I support you in this? Can I cook dinner instead, so you don't have to come home at 10 o'clock at night and cook dinner? That's a partner that's really being supportive. You know what I'm saying? To what you're doing and what you got going on. But again, are you dating somebody who's supportive?
Yeah. So
like, you got to be careful, be selective,
And the conversation continues, child. That's never ending. That is never ending. Okay, well, that is our talk today on Beauty Talk.
If you've had an example or you've had a situation that you dealt with personally, we don't want to hear the love success stories, because honestly...
What? It's sweet. I want to be motivated. There's more people out there like, you know what, dang.
That's been with their partner since 15 and it was great. No,
that's not
bring us the stuff where you had a difficult time dating as a beauty entrepreneur, so we can break down your situation. We know that it's a rainbow at the end. Let's hear what happened in between.
Yes. And if you are at the top, like you're already in your success and you found a mate and it like worked out and everything, we would love to hear that too, because that is a whole different thing.
It is.
We was at the nothing.
Yeah, y'all built together. Yes.
So it's like being at the top is very hard to find love. You don't know if they want you for your money. You don't know if they want you for your status or whatever. So I definitely want to hear about that too.
Honestly, I think too, like, if you do have, unless you're just like, people have already, they know who you are, it's okay to leave that in the background and just show up as yourself. You know what I'm saying? Instead of feeling like I got.
Why do he care about you being a hairstyle? I mean, like, are you doing
men do not
lashes?
Care about our career. Like,
he like, oh, they like you for doing lashes. Okay, do you want the stuffed chicken or you want the steak? Like,
look, tell me about you. You know what I'm saying? Like. But I feel like a lot of people, they attach that to their identity. This is who they become. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who are you outside of this? Who are you as a person? Like, what do you personally like? Who are you outside your brand? Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So show up as yourself instead of the boss bitch.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. That's gonna be another topic. We're definitely gonna talk about that, because baby, stop it. Stop it.
The unearned title.
Ooh. Gotta stop that.
Yes.
But another episode, another time. Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Beauty Talk. You can check us on podcast, YouTube,
all podcast streaming
Instagram
platforms, YouTube, Instagram. Yes. We'll have it at the end of the video.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Until next time.
Bye.
That was good.
I can't believe your ass.
What I say?
Listen, you like people out here doing this, girl? Yes.
Child, I'm thankful. Ooh, weeks. First of all, I would definitely be a hot mess, because I'm gonna have to come up there with you. You gonna be at the shop all day?
Oh, you didn't say that on camera though. And then you wonder why these men all feel like you ain't off work yet.
That's what I said. I understand both sides, because I am definitely that one. Like, oh my God, like I just want you to. I don't want you for nothing. I just want you to be laid up with me. Like
exactly.
You said, I just want to be laid up.
They just want to, do relationships.
I definitely understand, especially now that my man's, entrepreneur. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta give him the grace he gave me, child. Ugh.
Oh, and you don't want to do it, huh? Exactly.
This gonna be on B-roll. We're gonna post this.
Exactly. So now you see how somebody, especially, you got to think too, and this is why I was saying that they should not date if they're in the hustling stage and you're not really ready to do what it takes to be in a relationship. Because imagine being somebody who's ready to be in a relationship and they're coming in and dating somebody who does not have time for them. That does not,
it don't feel good at all.
You're not aligned. Like, y'all goals are not aligned. Like, they are seriously, intentionally dating, and they're looking for somebody that they can, go
get to know.
Yes. They want to spend time
available.
Exactly.
Meet my family.
You're not available if you grinding.
You're not.
That's them there 24/7 thing. Like,
you need to literally put that off a couple years.
Exactly. Like,
at least a full year or two. Because I mean, like, how long do you feel like it took you to grow, like, to your, like, where you was able to be stable? Like,
a couple years.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, A couple years, that's no time.
Unless you meet this guy he actually is like what you experience, and I want to be supportive. How can I help you do this? You know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
that was my husband. Like I said, like the reason why I have my license is my husband, baby.
Right.
I was like living, you know what I mean? I was cool with being a little shampoo assistant. And he was like, girl, if you don't get yourself together, go get that license. Just get out of the way. So he definitely was always motivating me. So that's why, like, you know, I'm on the other side.
and they exist. They definitely do exist. But unfortunately, friends,
far and few in between.
They don't. From my personal experience and what other people around me I know have experienced, it's not a lot of them.
Yeah, I see.
That I see.